Littlewood Behind the Scenes, Episode 15, Pillagetown Station Part 1. Knock Knock Who's There? It is Knock Knock from Knock Knock Who's There channel, and I have built a new build, so let's get into it. So in this build I used bamboo mosaic stairs as well as smooth quartz stairs, and I just used the regular blocks of each, as well as I also used some oak planks, some glowstone as well, and some new things, some cherry logs and cherry leaves. So first of all, let's just show what's changed ever since then. So you may notice there used to be a building around this area over here. Well, it's now part of the park. Also around here, all the buildings around here are gone, including the old petrol station that used to be around here. And that'll be for a new build coming up soon. Stay tuned for that. So let's head over to where we're building, and it's actually not too far from where we built just last week. So, well, not just last week, but also last year as well. And yeah, this will be the first fully integrated 2024 build, so I'm excited for this. So there's what we built throughout almost a year period. So beginning with those Chinese buildings, then going on to all these London style homes over here, and then to most recently last week, these Cuban style homes over here, these very colourful looking buildings. But yeah, so that's not what we're going to be building, so I'm just going to head down here and show you where we are going to be. So around this area is where we're going to be building. In fact, just about here, so sort of at the very back of the city once again. So let's get into it and go through the processes in which I built this. So the first part of this build was to use bamboo planks, and I'll arrange them in sort of a triangular order. It wasn't in a similar style to a lot of my other buildings where I have placed them as more blocky shaped. This building had a completely different idea, and so I utilized a lot of these corners for this building. And as soon as I was done with that, I was on to making the stairs for this building, and this is what would make it distinctive from some of my others. You may have seen me use a similar technique when I built the London style homes in Newer Homes. Once I completed those stairs, I utilized the new cherry leaves and cherry log blocks to help make the entrance. Along the way, a cow kept interrupting my builds, but not to worry, because despite the hard pattern, I was able to get it done on both entrances that I had planned out. So this building would be a 2-entrance way. And when I was done with that, I could make the entranceway to the second one much more beautiful. I then just expanded it out by a couple blocks, because I wanted this to be taller for what was going to be the next big thing of this building. After extending that, I then moved on to the next big thing, smooth quartz, which would then plan me out for the big thing that I was going to do. I extended them by quite a bit, and before long I was getting ready to make what was going to be the big thing. And if you can't see what's already on there, then it is a sign for the building itself. So I was basically designing that. I accidentally did the end the wrong way, and it took me a while to sort of get these sort of dimensions correct for this and how I would like it. I just then realized that writing Pillagetown would be a bit too long, so I had to extend this even further. Now you're probably wondering, why would I use emerald for this? Well, since the pillagers love emeralds, I thought it was only natural that I would create that sort of same vibe that you're around, well, Pillagetown. And so I designed it. I had a couple spelling mistakes as well. So yeah, I went through many edits of this, but eventually I was able to settle on a design that I did like, and before long, after various attempts of trying to do a P and trying to do an A, I finally settled on making the P around that size. And just like that, the last thing to do is just for me to cover this all in smooth quartz. This took a really long time, especially given the fact that I was doing this late at night. But just like that, I just covered it all. And then there was that gap over there, and I decided on what I wanted to do. And then I decided, well, this is Pillage Town, and I've made a similar emblem of the Pillage Town logo when I did the Pillage Town Museum, as you can see right over there. So I tried to mimic that, only to a more grander scale. I realized also that I needed some soul soil, and just like that, that was the last thing I needed to add to this sort of front area. So I just decided to go with that. I put the red nether bricks there, I put the sea lanterns and the oxidized copper, and the last thing for me to do was just encase it in with soul soil. And just like that, that was there. And just to add a bit of glamour to this, I didn't want just emerald, I just decided that, and so I added in some glowstone around the middle of each of the letters, just for a bit of variety and for a bit of light. I continued the pattern as well in between the two entrances, and I'm probably going to add something like a flower bed outside. It'll probably be done between this video and next week's video, because it'll take me a while to decide on a design. And then one other thing I had to do was to also make sure this was also of equal height. So it took me a while to do all this, but I expanded that out and so on. And once I was done with that, the final thing to do was the roof of this thing. Really simple roof. It was just a case of placing the blocks right on that top layer. And then I was going to do sort of just a little stair pattern, not the whole way, unlike what I've done in my London style homes. So once I was done with all of that, I then did the top part of that after breaking many blocks frustratingly along the way, and then I just put the stairs around it. So just a couple more blocks it took, and then I was done. So with that, Pillage Town Station, or at least the outside of it, was complete. Obviously, in the next video, we're going to be doing the interior, including actually putting the train line in there. But until that day comes, until I see you again, this is goodbye from Littlewood. We hope you enjoyed your stay.